Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of REM Bus. I'm your host, Kaz, from REM team. And also, as usual, we got joining with Callum. And not only Callum, we got a special guest today, Vicky. Vicky is joining us with Callum for our podcast, this week's podcast. So, guys, it's Monday. It's a nice weather in Down Under. Also, lots happened over the weekend. We can wrap up a little bit before I start again. I wrap up the weekend. What happened over the weekend? So over the weekend, obviously, the biggest topic was the Ethereum boost. Obviously, Ethereum surpassed 4,000K, and obviously then it went back to 4.3, 4.5. Obviously, Callum will talk a little bit more about that. Other than that, obviously, the President Trump's executive order on pension plans allowing them to invest on cryptocurrency. So those are big moves in the world, which is reflect on the rest of the world, including Australia. So without further talking, I was talking what happening in the Ethereum and RWA surge in institutional momentum. So what happening? So Ethereum RWA tokenization ecosystems has exploded, surpassing 7.5 billion over the last week on-chain RWA activity as of August 2025. Driven by institutional players like BlackRock and Ondo Finance, this surge doubles the ETH's price from around 2,000 to 4,000, as you guys are all aware. It now dominates 83 to 84% of RWA market share. That's a very big share, guys. And experts predict the annual RWA fees could eventually hit 100 billion, a massive jump from the current levels. This is all because of the upcoming bull run and the altcoin season and the Ethereum boost. Now, what else happening in the market? Also, the broader RWA market expansion beyond Ethereum. So what's that mean is the global RWA tokenization market continues to gain traction. Binance report it surged 260%. Yes, you heard right. 260% to 23 billion in H1 and Q1 in 2025, led by the private credit initiatives, as you know. So the Redstone data shows Ethereum remains the institutional standard, but Solana, Aptos, Avalanche, and XRP Ledger are all carving out niche in RWA deployment. All right. So with billions in tokenized asset across various chains. So guys, what's that mean for REM? Obviously, we are ahead of the curve. REM is a project a real world project that tokenizing real estate, starting from down under, and we are expanding. So, and also REM record shows us REM eventually with a strong, solid move. Obviously, Callum will talk a bit more about that. But REM running solid towards that, and we are gaining. We can see we are building the more confidence through our community. And last but not least, so the REM token is a blockchain token focused on democracy of real estate investment, letting users fractional property ownership, as you're aware. All right, so suburb analytics, virtual tours via a single token. So you guys all know our utilities and more. And if you need more, if you want us to talk more, please let us know. So that's it from me, as in overall what's happening in the world and what we wrap up from last week. So now I'm going to pass it to our good friend Callum to talk in depth with graphs with the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, and what is happening with the REM. Callum, over to you.
Thank you very much, Kaz. That's a very comprehensive information about what's happening in the world, guys, what's happening in our WA space and whatnot. Guys, with the current bull market is triggered by, with halving and all these things that happens. Well, the trigger for different segments of that bull market depends on these events that may happen during a bull market or even a bear market. Anything that can cause high volume is because people see some good side of a market. It can be gold market, it can be crypto market, it can also be shares and bonds and anything that you do. The investor confidence is based on what's happening in the world, what's happening in the market itself as well. So given that information, let's go to the market. I want to share my screen with you And I want to show you the market. Look, guys, Bitcoin is hovering around 115 to 120K, and this is a good segment here. Why it's happening and all these things. It's a brilliant opportunity to see Bitcoin. Let's go to the Bitcoin chart, and as you know, I always like to see the max, and you can see here it's getting there. It's very good segment. Look at this. Look at this curve that happens here, which is really good. And we go back to the 7-day chart. I want to see this. Look at this. It's going steadily, right? Even in 3 market. I just want to show you, if we go to 1 year even, look, guys, it's hovering around here. This is the segment that you need to understand. Remember, when I go to 1 year, right, you can see all the way 24, 25 here as well. So that's being that. Look, Ethereum is going really well as well. You go to the Ethereum charts, guys, again, it's beautiful. Look at this. This is the 1 year chart. We can see huge wick here with a candle. This candle shows a doji where it's like a huge wick, which indicates obviously somewhere around here. Look at this. Look at this wick. Look at this wick here. And it just pumps up here. And that's what we're looking at here. Look at this doji over here. And it has gone up from here. But you know, look, this is the market segment we can see here. And that's what we want. We want the Ethereum to go its all-time highs, as I showed you before. You know, this is the all-time highs, right, in the last market. This is the market before in 2018. We want to see some development like this in Ethereum. So, you know, we want to see a huge spike like this up here somewhere. All right, guys. So given that information, let's go back to the REM charts. REM chart, solid, as I did in my short. You can look into that as well. Look at this. REM has gone amazingly up from the past. This is the hourly chart. So each bar here, each candle here contains 1 hour. So we look at this hourly chart, you can see REM has gone up for 8.3%, which is amazing. That's 0.00169, guys. Even though up here you can see REM is a good purchase because the all-time highs for REM is 90 cents. 90 cents, guys. So you know what? This is like 100x just there, you know? I'm just saying. And look, I'm not recommending anything to say, you know what, you buy here. That's not my point to say. You need to do an intelligent investment. You need to do your due diligence. You need to see who are the team behind REM. And it's the REM USDT chart that I'm showing here. You know, you can buy REM in MEXC. And guys, you know what? It's a good segment here. Good chunk. You know, see this is very important. This is a crucial chart that I want to show you, the hourly chart that happens. This is a great opportunity to jump in, guys, for a microcap, for example. So REM USDT stands for real estate metaverse, and that's a good token, which is we are highly invested as a team. So yeah, and so market segment is good. REM charts looking good, guys. Again, keep an eye on the charts. Keep an eye on what we do, and that's why we always ask you to like, subscribe, and comment, because when you subscribe, you get our daily scrum, you know, the daily information that we give through REM Buzz, through our shorts and everything. It'll give you a highlight. So make sure you subscribe and look into these videos, because that's your education that we're looking around, right? Isn't it, Cass? Like, it's very important that we are educated in certain ways.
Of course, but by the way, before I go, I want to say that REM chart looked very impressive, very beautiful chart. I would say very impressive. So yeah, now thank you, Callum. That's a lot of information, in-depth information. Yeah, so REM going solid. That's all we can say, and this will build the momentum and also the confidence in our communities, and we can see that from all the comments and all the feedback from our community throughout all our social platforms. So, guys, before we go, I just want to wrap up a few things, right? So, this week gonna be another huge week for the crypto world. All eyes on Ethereum, all eyes on Bitcoin, and everyone's getting ready for altcoin season, same as us. Everyone feeling very very bullish, which is good. All right. So, before yeah, other thing we want to say is, so with the Ethereum RWA boom, so Ethereum price surge is being fueled by institutional adoption, like I said, BlackRock and all that. Massive growth in tokenized real world assets, right? And the next thing is, because of this growth, the cross-chain RW growth is humongous. Like blockchains like Solana, Avalanche are entering into RW space, creating new opportunities and competition. Competition is good, right, Callum? Competition is
Yeah,
very good for us.
definitely. Yes, it's
So
very
these new players
awesome.
like Solana and Avalanche coming into RW space is give us more spotlight, projects like REM, because we're the pioneers in this side of the world. So that's the one thing. And the last but not least, REM and real estate area. The REM bridges the crypto and property, giving people fractional access to real estate and riding the RWA. All right. With that, I think we talk enough, Callum. I think it's enough to wrap up the today's REM bus. And also special thanks again to Vicky. Even he didn't participate, he was there talking
He
with us
did.
and supporting us. All right, guys, from the REM team, thank you very much. And we'll see you guys soon. Callum and Kaz out.
Bye. See
Thank
ya.
you.
Bye.
See you guys.